Uh, this is the old tune. old, I'm not talking about the picture, the poster, the artwork, the painting, right? Painting. Jeez, stacking with words. But this is the old place of Toon Dude. This is me as Toon Dude, Elsa, and as Hell's Clown. This was the little nudge, the nook, I would say. And I had a desk here. You wouldn't think a desk would fit in here, right? But it was a part over here, and it was coming out. It came out like to over there. It wasn't totally sinking. It wasn't that short, but it was over the edge, I believe. It's very odd right now, to think of it. It's been so long, actually. And my bed was actually this way, and this was the room. This was the attic, You could say it's like a tent, like I'm camping and stuff like that, especially here, It's like, you can't walk over here. You gotta go over here. I'm like 5'9", man. It's not too tall, but still, Anyway, this one I bought this for it was like $250 or $300, something like that. It was someone from Instagram. I found her. I was attracted to her, by the way, but meaningless. She's a great. I think she's a great artist. Also, the topic that she went on, and this is, you could say, it's Adderall. Adderall, they give 6 years old. That's the youngest, a psychiatrist could prescribe a child Adderall. Probably other chemicals as well. I don't know what antidepressants start off, but Adderall, not only is it addictive, it does get you intoxicated, and there is evidence of people saying, they developed a craving. Like even the teenagers, they would just, when they get off Adderall, they would go for something else. It's absolutely disgusting. It's Mickey Mouse there. It's like I believe it's like a Mickey Mouse is, if you think about it, it's a symbolism for childhood, right? But it's like we also manipulate, deceive their childhood, their innocence. It's a staple of America, of United States. It's it belongs to our childhood. It's playful. It should be innocent and jovial, and you'll actually trust Mickey, right? But it's just corporate healthcare, greed or destruction, right behind the child, just, with pills. And it is, the distract, the distract part. It's just, I believe, it's like, I think it's a distraction as well. I think the artist was trying to say, but to me, in the long run, it just distracts you from your life, from you having, a clear mind, a well-being, substance-free. Also, you start, with pills at an early age. What kind of a clear, healthy mind you will have for life, And the artist talked about. She said, keep them, keep them, forget the word, but I totally understand. Uncomfortable. If this makes you uncomfortable, it makes me uncomfortable. It's like, if it makes you uncomfortable, chances are you're part of the problem. This should be resolved. So it's like, till we have a resolution, it exists, and it's, it's like, I'm not gonna stop talking about this. I rarely touch on the Adderall, Adderall addiction or Adderall prescriptions, nonetheless. There's so much, psychiatry that is a pollutant and a chemical base that destroys lives, And actually, I believe it's part of the problem that, brought me away from my true self. But that was my old stomping ground in the virtual world, and I'll never go back to those times. Even though sometimes I feel like I am, it just doesn't feel the same. I'm not as suppressed, deluded. I'm much more aware of individuals, I usually, a lot of times, I try to stand up for myself. I just didn't know what words to pick. There were just too many people, all at once. And there was no one that had support for me that I could see, I was left alone. But, I much different now. And let me get back to doing what I do right now, with her. So, I dosed this off. I clean it off, but it's like I don't want to carry the whole thing with water downstairs. It's weight, and also it could be here. Maybe I close that needs to, like, after I use that, Honestly, right now, I mean, I could use it again. It's not too bad. But I have so many of these, so this goes in the laundry. And yeah, I do manual laundry, you know. True story told. Way before I got that, right, you know, I was actually sitting here on the computer. I would take these. And this was long time ago. This was like on Stickum days. I took one and I reused it for like 2 or 3 bathroom washings, like the whole floor. First I did the sink and I would re-rinse it, I would let it dry. This thing is actually kind of sturdy, you know, and I got something, you know, I went for cloth right now. These are, you know, microfiber cloths. You know, I'm pretty sure they could trap bacteria, but, you know, I wash them and I do laundry and it's like, you know, and then it's, you know, a detergent and all that. So it's like, you know, I don't even use the paper towels anymore. It just, you know, it does, you know, destroy trees, landscape, and destroy the environment. It's, you know, I'm into reusables. Plastic is not my favorite, but you know what? This one will probably last. So I gotta go downstairs right now. Let's go downstairs. I'm not gonna edit it talking about that, although it deserves to be mentioned nonetheless, you know. That's the reason why I bought that painting, you know. I understood it all too well from my experience with the psychiatric meds and also, you know, like what damage it does to your life. So it means a lot to me. Oh, okay. And as far as, you know, the Mickey Mouse and the child, I mean, there's people that probably gonna, you know, make something up about me, this and the other thing, spread their lies. But, you know, it's really, that's the most disturbing thing when we're talking about psychiatry. One of them, at least. See, I was in my 20s when I was, you know, I had prescription meds, not just Klonopin, but let me see, Risperidone, Zyprexa, you know, I did take, you know, some kind of antidepressants later, even Valium, you know, and yeah, the psychiatric unit, the hospital, Trinidad's hospital, tried to get me on Depakote, Profenazine. I was taking, it gave me a lot of like head tremors. I felt like shock I couldn't take it. You know, I bled from like my small intestine, I believe, or my colon from just Risperidone, just what, I think 1 or 2 milligrams. I think 2 milligrams did it for me, and it was just one dosage, like, you know, orally, and it was pretty bad. I started having these shocks, like I was shaking from Risperidone, and you know, it's just, you know, I was in the hospital, and you can't deny it. That when I was there, I was telling them, they're like, we're gonna talk to your doctor, and they just, you know, they didn't care. They didn't even put on a smile when they did that. I thought they didn't show their, you know, evil, cruel intentions, but just like, that's the norm. It's like they, you know, it doesn't matter what your life doesn't matter. It's, you know, we're making money here. So that's my personal experience, even years prior, you know. As far as a child, that's the most disgusting. It's beyond horrendous. You know, 6 or even 10-year-olds, 6 to 10-year-olds, you know, they're taking the prescription meds and getting either addicted or for ADHD because, you know, they're, I mean, I don't know, it's like, it's not that they can focus, but they have a lot of energy. I mean, you know, it's like, why don't you spend time with your children? And, you know, why don't you take them to the park and let them get injured, let them play? You know, it's not their mind that's corrupted. It's your probably, you know, either your laziness, you just want them to be still, you want them to be calm. You know, you probably shouldn't have even had kids in the first place. And this is, you know, this is not a hate speech or something like that. I feel like, you know, like I'm patronizing people and looking down, but it's like I could never do like something like that. You know, you know, it's beyond uncomfortable what that is. But yeah, this is, you know, and it's like I usually go to with the hottest water. Yeah, I got it set on this. They keep coming over here, my so-called parents, and it's like they put it like, you know, if I put it on hot, they'll notice to put it like in here. So it's just, you know, it's a lot of money goes into the heat over here. I just, you know, we've come to agreement indirectly without talking to one another, you know. Just like, all right, well, I'll let that one go. Can't be too nice now. Just the rinse, and over here, this is for their dishes, but mostly Junior over here, Even my cat cuddles, or cuatro de la noche, like people say, because 4 after midnight, 4 a.m., it's his, like, mental clock. He wakes up, and he comes downstairs over there, and I had to let him, I let him outside, and he just, later he comes in the morning. But that's for their dishes. This is for, like, this kind of bowl, or her potty place, like I call it. And this is for anything else other than that, they might touch. So I have 3 of them here, and it's like, I still have this soap, Palmolive, so I use it for that, and the dishes, and these go up, like right now I used it right here. And then it's like, I soak them. I used to put ginger in them to get rid of stench. Lady, I put a little bit of ginger in over 15 minutes. It's soaked in there. I rinsed it again in here, and then I, here's the washer, and I do a preliminary rinse before, wash, just to get it out again. And the one I use is Gain, not my choice. I would buy. If I recommend, if anyone's watching, go to a store where they have not so much chemicals, and they use things like lemongrass, barmagan, if I can pronounce it. I bought it for them. I store it in an ice cream container here. This is Talenti. It's gelato. I don't eat these anymore because it has dairy. I am abstinent from dairy products. At least I try. But this is Oxy, like you saw the commercials. And I don't know if it's that brand or something else, but if you have stains, I put it in here. I'm going to show it later. Hot water, or at least warm. I let it sit there for like 15-20 minutes, and then I shake it up, and the stains come out. So it's a preliminary rinse down the way. Nonetheless, if I have stains on my clothes. I never really used it on that. There's not too many stains. I just thoroughly wash it, and I do use the washer, but manually, just so much efficient. You have so much control whether they just machine just goes like this, and it's in fluid, and it soaks it up, shakes it up. When you do it manually, you can re-scrub it out. So that's what I do. And the parientes, the parents. Yeah, this is a dryer we have. This is, by the way, I think I showed already, but this is the laundry room. Loads of fun. Wash, dry, fold, repeat. Self-service. Yeah, I bought this a while ago. It just, I do spend some time in the laundry room. It's not like, it's my hangout spot. This is where I bring the girls. Yeah, I'm a trap in here if you're naughty. Some creepy shit, right? But, yeah, I do the laundry, and sometimes I look at it, it's like, I could scrap it. Look at all the pie. I get like $2-3 for all of this. He doesn't need this shit. I don't need that. But Harbor Freight attire, if you will, or part of the laundry game. These are, long gloves, and these are very thick vinyl. So they don't break like the yellow ones you buy anywhere in supermarkets, I don't even touch them because like once or two and they just rip. These are very durable, and they will keep you dry. So it's like, if I do her laundry and it has urine on it, like I show later how I have a potty place, I call it, or even those. I could put those on, and I don't touch my hands. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't care, wash my hands later. But it does help. And you could use them for anything even, So this is, this is what I do. And that's pretty much it. These are actually not bad. I think I would recommend these, I believe. See, it's like, my mother over here bought a whole bundle of them. I'm going to ask her later if I can have one. I'm going to put it to, like, money I owe her. If I have a full-time job, it's like, usually like half or like 3/4 of my paycheck go to whenever to pay it off. But these are better than the ones I have. I bought it like, I thought I was going to find something new, and these actually last, I believe. But eventually they deteriorate. So it's like, I still have to find something better than that. But here's the laundry room. We have all the, detergents. I rarely use the softeners, for like, you can put it in laundry, but it's like, softener after the wash. It's too much aroma. I just like to keep it pure. Like my clothes don't really need to, have aroma of laundry and all the chemicals. The ones I bought from this place, they close and roll away. Actually, after wash, it wasn't that strong. And it was just like, especially if I used, I'll show this. When I started using this, I bought it from them as well, but you could find this anywhere actually. This is a place I have, these are all the towelettes I have. These are for me, these are for her. Shop clothes I bought, I put in her potty place, and these are like scraps of clothing their mother, someone donated her to give her people. Those, they weren't that good, so she cuts them up. Not every one of them. Here's my tank top. I give it to her as well. It's like, It's old. It's like, it's already stretched. I don't use it. These are my towelettes. These are it's like you're actually getting clothes. This is the green attire that they gave you there. I don't know. Next time if you go, every time I go in there, for 2 times they had the green. The other times they had bluish. They always switch it, So every time you go in there, you're like, oh, that's what we were in today or right now, But this is what I was talking about. This is, by the way, dresser. I was on Craigslist and it was just for free. It had a sticker on it, like those sticky pads at $10, but no one wanted to buy it. So I put it in my CV and I bought it. That was years ago. It's when I first started living here in this apartment. So it's like, I thought it was cool because it was the reddish, and that you see the strokes and this. It just reminded me of like old times England, actually. And actually that and the design, it's pretty cool. I like the ridges here, It's just so chill, and it's like, oh, it's my dildo, my vibrator. So it just go to the second drawer where your belongs. You're not here. Okay, I'm not gonna get messed up for this. But it's like, I have it here in this thing, So this is like, one of the things, and I forget how many, loads you go through, but it's like, it's still intact. You throw it in here, obviously, and you don't need these little papers that eventually people throw away. Story with them, we keep them over here, mother and I, so as well, but it's just a basket. See, I would take them and like reuse them for something else. Sometimes like they still have aroma. I started using them the second time, actually, even with like a new one. But I thought when I first lived here, I was gonna hold them and like I don't know, when they were aromaless, use them for like a cushioning, actually. Like you can make a pillow out of them. I was gonna use it for like birds, so I could chop it up and like use a cushioning for a nest. I mean, I didn't know what yet. But I feel like if they're gonna go in a landfill or they'll be burned, incinerated, they're gonna poison and pollute. So it's I'm into reusables, and I'll put this away. But this is a really good thing. After using this, it like decreases the aroma from the detergent, depending on which one. Because Gain is pretty strong. So is Tide. I don't have my own yet. I ran out of it. It's whether it's pricey, any detergent really is. It's really not that expensive, and it's it's actually much better. I believe I believe in natural and stuff like that. Candles I have here. I bought them like I would say a month ago. It was like 2.5 months ago. You don't remember things. Time just goes by so fast. Alcohol doesn't help. But these are really big candles. I'm not gonna open them right now. I got them. They were on sale, I believe. This is when I had money. I had a job. Oh shoot, why not? No, I can't. It's my sword over there. I got English Town Flea Market, right? It's a prop. It's not really, so don't worry. I'm not gonna come outside smack you. And yeah. I still haven't opened them. They're really huge. Like I love lemon, anything citrus or like vanilla is really good. Not to be confused with vanilla bean. Vanilla bean is pretty good as well. I was actually surprised how great vanilla is. Like the whole apartment, the bedroom would be like a mellow scent of vanilla. It's just very relaxing. It's very aromatic. But yeah, that's it's my maintenance and upkeep, if you will. This is what I do. I try to do on a daily, and it's like you look over here. It's like, well, yeah, haven't already started on that, have you, laddie? That pretentious punk, yeah. Keep lying to the kids on YouTube. You can't lie to me now. These are the waters I have. I actually a refill them is like $8, $70.99 to refill one at this construction. It's like a do-it-yourself store called Lowe's. I mean, it's all over the United States of America. Well, I don't know who watches it, but the first time it's like $13 or $14, and then you bring this back, sealant comes off. I don't have a mechanism for it, and I just I pour water from this. These are 10 gallons, so it's like fucking 40 liters, a little under 40 liters. But yeah, it's 5 gallons, and it's reusable. So it's like the same plastic, you throw it to a bin that's empty, and you take the fuller one. So it's like it doesn't get thrown in a waste and doesn't get incinerated. It's there's better even places like they do like concentrated water, like with pH levels, but I just I never got around to it. Money's tight, and this is all I can afford. And these are all my summer utensils I use. That's a Ninja. Oh yeah, that was a Ninja as well. I have something else right now, and it's like it's a freaking mess. I gotta get started. It's already been 20 minutes that I'm recording, so I gotta go.